I will be discussing the article Communicating Across Cultures by Jacqueline McLean. The article discusses globalization. Globalization is the process of international integration arising from the interchanging of worldviews, products, and ideas, and other aspects of cultures. Globalization is carving a new, multicultural corporate landscape. It has enabled societies to be drawn closer together in a culturally rich environment. People are working, communicating, and conducting business together in ways that were never experienced before. Cross-cultural management is extremely important due to globalization. Cross-cultural management trains people to work in organizations with employees and client populations. It seeks to understand and improve the interaction of coworkers, clients, and partners from different cultures and countries. Cross-cultural management expands domestic management to encompass international and multicultural spheres. Cross-cultural management is the tactic for dealing with cultural differences which have become synonymous with friction, conflict, and miscommunication. Culture is a system of assumptions, values, and norms transmitted by socialism to the next generation. Cultural diversity is people from different cultural backgrounds sharing the same basic concepts such as symbols, customs, and traditions, but they view and interpret them from multiplicity of different lenses and perspectives. Cross-cultural awareness is becoming more and more important each and every day. Cross-cultural awareness bridges the gap between diverse cultures. It ensures negative occurrences such as cultural shock are reduced. It helps those who have interactions with other cultures perform competently and effectively. Cross-cultural awareness training is becoming more and more important in today's society. Cross-cultural awareness training is training for communicating across cultures, training for international negotiations, and training for working in a multicultural environment. Cross-cultural communication focuses on how people from diverse cultural backgrounds communicate with each other. Cross-cultural communications is a working knowledge of cultural communications that ensure individuals can live and work in a multi-ethnic, multilingual, and multidisciplinary society. Developing a knowledge of how individuals communicate and interact across cultures is important, as culture reinforces communication and influences. This article discusses the Lewis Cultural Types Model. The Lewis Cultural Types Model can be utilized within cross-cultural communication and cultural awareness training. It has 3 categories. The categories are linear active cultures, multi-active cultures, and reactive cultures. Linear active cultures tend to be task-oriented. They have highly organized planners. They prefer direct, straightforward discussions. They are based on reliable data. They prefer to adhere to logic rather than their emotions. Multi-active cultures are emotional, impulsive. They attach great importance to family, feelings, and relationships. They are multitaskers, and they are poor followers of agendas. Reactive cultures are listeners. They rarely initiate action or discussion. They prefer to listen and establish the other person's opinion before formulating their own opinion. They are people-oriented and they're respect-oriented. In conclusion, gaining a deeper understanding of cultural differences enables us to cope and adjust with differences in cultures, identify and understand why people behave the way they do, and work proactively with cultural differences to produce mutually satisfying outcomes.